He rarely does this. Lionel Messi almost never points fingers. He almost never comments on individuals, and he almost never speaks right after a painful defeat. But this time, he did. After the loss against Barcelona, while cameras were still rolling and headlines were already being written, Messi finally broke his silence. Not with anger, not with excuses, just one cold sentence that hit harder than any insult. Talent alone is not enough. Was that really about Kylian Mbappé? Or was it a warning, a line drawn between potential and greatness? Tonight we're not here to praise. We're not here to protect reputations. We're here to understand why Messi chose this moment, this opponent, and this player to speak. Why the most silent genius in football decided to say what everyone was thinking, but no one dared to admit. Before we go deeper, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, because what you're about to hear is not comfortable, but it's necessary. Because this defeat was not just a loss, it was a revelation. The defeat against Barcelona was supposed to be a statement night, a stage built for stars, a match designed for leaders. And yet, when the final whistle blew, one question echoed louder than the scoreline itself. Where was Mbappe when the game demanded more? Statistically, the contrast was brutal. Kylian Mbappé, in what should be the peak of his physical prime, finished the match with flashes of speed, but little influence. Few decisive actions, no control over the rhythm, and in the moments where the team needed calm, authority, and direction, silence. Now compare that to Lionel Messi's season. At 38 years old, an age when most legends are long retired, Messi is still leading every major attacking metric. 71 direct goal contributions across competitions. Goals, assists, pre-assists, tempo control. He doesn't just participate, he dictates. And this is where Messi's words gain weight. Because Messi has been here before. He has lost finals. He has been humiliated in big games. He has been blamed, mocked, questioned. But every time football pushed him into a corner, he responded by demanding more from himself, not hiding behind talent. So when Messi speaks after a defeat, it's never random. It's experience talking to potential. It's survival talking to promise. And the real question becomes unavoidable. If talent was enough, why did this game still slip away? When the match ended, there was no explosion, no shouting, no dramatic gestures, just silence. Inside the dressing room, the atmosphere was heavy, the kind of silence that only exists after missed chances and unanswered expectations. Players avoided eye contact. Some stared at the floor. Others scrolled through their phones, already sensing the storm outside. Mbappé sat there, alone, not injured, not furious, just distant. The body language of a player who knew the night had passed him by. And this is where Messi noticed something familiar, but dangerous. He had seen this silence before, in younger teammates, in himself, years ago. That moment where talent waits for the game to solve itself, instead of demanding the ball and forcing the outcome. Messi didn't raise his voice. He never does. According to people close to the squad, his words were calm, almost disappointing in tone. But that's what made them impossible to ignore. He spoke about responsibility, about the weight that comes with being the one everyone expects to save the night, about how big matches do not reward speed or skills alone. They reward courage. There was no name mentioned. None was needed, because everyone in that room understood who those words were for. Messi wasn't angry at Mbappé. He was warning him that football does not wait, that reputations fade quickly, and that if you don't take control in moments like these, the game will eventually take something from you instead. That was the silence Messi decided to break. Talent alone is not enough. 7 words. No anger, no explanation, no dramatic tone. And yet those 7 words landed like a verdict. Because Messi could have talked about tactics. He could have blamed the system. He could have praised Mbappe's speed, his numbers, his potential. He chose none of that. Instead, Messi went straight to the one subject footballers fear the most: responsibility. Talent is what gets you noticed. Talent fills highlight reels. Talent sells shirts. But talent does not decide Champions League nights. Talent does not calm a team when panic spreads. Talent does not ask for the ball when everyone else hides. Messi knows this better than anyone. At 23, he was called a system player. At 24, he was blamed for Argentina's failures, At 25, he was told he disappeared in finals, and every time the answer was the same. He showed up again, louder, stronger, more demanding. That is what Messi was pointing at, not Mbappe's feet, but his mindset. Because when Messi talks about talent not being enough, he is talking about the moments where greatness is forged. The final 10 minutes, the hostile stadium, the game slipping away. Those are the moments where Messi never waited. He demanded the ball. He accepted blame. He decided outcomes. So when Messi says this now, it is not criticism. It is a mirror. And the reflection is uncomfortable. Because the question is no longer about how fast Mbappe runs, but about whether he is ready to carry an entire game on his shoulders when everything collapses. This is where the comparison becomes unavoidable. Because when Messi spoke, he wasn't speaking alone. Cristiano Ronaldo was there too, silently but unmistakably. For nearly 2 decades, football lived under one brutal rule. In the biggest nights, the biggest players do not disappear. Ronaldo proved it with numbers that still feel unreal. 60 goals a season, knockout rounds, away games, hostile stadiums. When everything broke down, Ronaldo simplified the game. Shoot, repeat, decide. Messi did it differently. He slowed chaos. He controlled tempo. He made everyone better, and still delivered when it mattered most. Different styles, same demand. Presence. That is what links Messi and Ronaldo, and separates them from everyone else. Now look at Mbappe. Explosive, efficient, devastating in open space. But in matches like this one against Barcelona, space disappears. The game tightens. Fear creeps in. And this is the line Messi was drawing, not between talent levels, but between reactions under pressure. Messi and Ronaldo never waited for permission. They never asked if the system suited them. They imposed themselves on the game. Mbappe is not behind them in ability. He is behind them in ownership. And that's why Messi's words hurt more than any headline. Because they don't compare Mbappe to average players. They compare him to monsters. The kind of monsters who accept being hated, blamed, and crushed, as long as they remain decisive. So, the question changes again. Is Mbappe ready to live under the same pressure Messi and Ronaldo embraced for years? Or will he remain the most talented player, still waiting for the game to open up? Messi's words didn't explode immediately. They didn't need to. They settled in press rooms, on social media, inside Mbappe's own mind. Because when Messi speaks like this, the football world listens differently. Not like gossip, like a verdict from someone who has already paid the price of failure and survived it. From that moment on, everything around Mbappe changed. Every touch will be judged. Every big match will be remembered. Every disappearance will be amplified. And that is the real weight of Messi's sentence. Not pressure from journalists, not criticism from fans, but expectation from history. This could become a turning point. For some players, moments like this destroy confidence. For others, they ignite something darker: pride, obsession, hunger. Messi knows this. Ronaldo lived off this. They were not protected. They were challenged. Mbappe now stands at the same crossroads. Does he demand the ball when the stadium turns hostile? Does he slow the game when chaos takes over? Does he accept blame when the night goes wrong? Or does he wait for space, for comfort, for the perfect scenario? Messi didn't answer these questions for him. He simply exposed them. And that may be the most brutal part of all. Because greatness is not given, it is claimed, violently, relentlessly, without excuses. And now, the football world waits. Lionel Messi did not attack Kylian Mbappé. He did something far more dangerous. He told the truth. Not the truth about speed or goals, but the truth about what happens when talent meets reality. Barcelona didn't just defeat a team that night. They exposed a question Mbappe can no longer avoid. Because talent opens doors, but responsibility decides who stays inside. Messi and Ronaldo learned this lesson the hard way, through losses, hatred, and unbearable pressure. And now, that lesson has been passed on. The only thing left is Mbappe's response. So now we ask you, do you think Messi was right? Or do you believe Mbappe will answer this challenge on the pitch? Let us know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay with us, because football's most uncomfortable truths are often the ones that matter most.